Welcome to the Morning Update. I'm Erin Ramsey. Facebook has hit back at the federal government's media bargaining laws. The social media platform will now restrict news organisations and people in Australia from sharing or viewing Australian or international news content. Facebook Australia and New Zealand's managing director released the statement earlier this morning and said the decision was made with a heavy heart. Shops, cafes and restaurants are reopening in Melbourne this morning following an end to Victoria's 5-day lockdown. Residents can leave their homes for any reason and the 5-kilometre travel limit has been removed. Classes are back in Victorian schools today and workplaces can return to 50% capacity. The Prime Minister's department is investigating whether Scott Morrison's private secretary contacted a ministerial staffer who says she was raped at Parliament House in 2019. Brittany Higgins says Yaron Finkelstein rang her late last year to check in on her. Mr Morrison says there are no records to back up the claim. A growing number of coalition MPs are pushing to end the ban on nuclear power in Australia. At least 48 government MPs want Prime Minister Scott Morrison to take a repeal of the ban to the next election. They say it's an important step as Australia moves to lower carbon emissions. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson says the UK's COVID-19 lockdown will be eased in stages. An announcement will be made on Monday. And Mr Johnson says any changes will be based on data, not dates.
I do think that is absolutely right. That's why we'll be setting out what we can, and it'll be based firmly on a cautious approach to coming out of lockdown.
And staying in the UK, Prince Philip has been admitted to hospital in London. The Queen's husband is expected to spend several days in observation after feeling unwell. Buckingham Palace says the move is precautionary and not related to COVID-19. Prince Philip is 99. To sport, Rafael Nadal is out of the Australian Open after a comeback win by Stefanos Tsitsipas in the quarterfinals. The women's semi-finals are on today. Naomi Osaka up against Serena Williams, followed by Karolina Markova against Jennifer Brady. And Dylan Alcott has won the quad wheelchair final against Sam Schroeder 6-1, 6-love. And in cricket, Victoria is none for 61 going into day 2 of the Sheffield Shield match against New South Wales at the SCG. The Blues were bowled out for just 165. In entertainment news, the trailer has dropped for Disney's live-action film Cruella starring Emma Stone. The story focuses on the early days of Cruella de Vil in 1970s London.
How does the saying go? I am woman, hear me roar. I'm Cruella.
It's due for release on May 27. The first round of Golden Globes presenters has been announced. Awkwafina, Kristen Wiig and Renee Zellweger are among the star-studded lineup. The award show will air on Feb 28 in the US and will be hosted by Amy Poehler and Tina Fey remotely. And Tiger King star Carol Baskin has closed her animal sanctuary. She says she's received threats since her fame from the Netflix series and wants to protect her tigers. And that's the latest from the Nova Podcasts team. We'll see you this afternoon for another episode of The Update.